The Unraveling of G.I. Joe. Joe, a hero unmasked and a community betrayed. Police Lieutenant Charles Joseph Gliniewicz, affectionately nicknamed G.I. Joe, seemed to have it all. Just a month shy of retirement in the quiet community of Fox Lake, Illinois, he was a respected figure, a role model to aspiring young officers. But beneath the surface of this seemingly idyllic life lurked a dark secret, one that would erupt in a shocking display of self-inflicted tragedy and public deception. On September 1st, 2017, Glinniewicz's world unraveled. During a routine patrol, he radioed for backup, claiming pursuit of 3 unidentified suspects. Officers arriving on the scene found him dead in the woods, shot twice, once in his bulletproof vest and once in the head. A wave of grief swept through Fox Lake. Their hero, their G.I. Joe, was gone. He was buried with full honors, an 18-mile funeral procession, a testament to the esteem in which he was held. However, the facade of heroism soon began to crumble. The FBI, investigating Glinniewicz's death, discovered a tangled web of deceit. His personnel file revealed a history of misconduct and a chilling discovery. Panicked messages on his Facebook page hinted at an impending audit that terrified him. Further investigation painted a disturbing picture. Cell phone records placed Gliniewicz lingering near the alleged chase scene for an unsettling half-hour before calling for backup. Forensic evidence revealed the fatal shots were fired from an impossibly close range, mere arm's length. The pieces began to fall into place. Gliniewicz, it turned out, had been embezzling funds from the police youth program for years, siphoning off money meant for the community's youth. The looming audit threatened to expose his crimes, casting a shadow over his seemingly impeccable career. In a desperate attempt to escape accountability, Gliniewicz reportedly contacted a gang member, seeking a hitman to silence the village administrator, Anne Marin, who was diligently working to uncover the truth. Marin was set to reveal his embezzlement, a revelation that would shatter his carefully constructed facade. When that plan failed, Gliniewicz, with a chilling awareness of crime scene protocol, staged his own demise. He shot himself, first in his vest, then fatally in the heart, ensuring his death would appear as a heroic last stand. He manipulated the scene to resemble a struggle with assailants, hoping to mislead investigators. The revelation of Glinniewicz's suicide sent shockwaves through Fox Lake. Grief turned to betrayal as the truth emerged. Tributes to their fallen hero were replaced with bitter accusations, and the community was left reeling. The man they once revered as a role model was now exposed as a cunning thief and a manipulator, leaving a legacy of deceit and betrayal. Detective Chris Cavelli, piecing together the puzzle, revealed Glinniewicz's chilling plan, be the planting of drugs. Small packets of cocaine were discovered in Glinniewicz's desk after his death. The theory to frame Marin as a drug offender before she could expose him as an embezzler. Marin, the unsuspecting target, expressed her bewilderment. Their interactions with Gliniewicz, she recounted, had always been cordial. Learning of the murder plot targeting her was a surreal experience. The depth of Glinniewicz's corruption extended far beyond a single embezzlement scheme. For years, he had exploited his position as an advisor for the Fox Lake Police Explorer Post, a program designed to nurture young minds interested in law enforcement. This very program, entrusted to his care, became his personal piggy bank. Thousands of dollars were siphoned off, used for a grotesque array of personal expenses, mortgage payments, travel sprees, gym memberships, and even adult websites. Gliniewicz not only stole, he laundered the stolen funds, further muddying the trail of his crimes. Investigators believe the pressure began to mount 6 months prior to Gliniewicz's demise. The signs were subtle at first, but they grew more apparent as time went on. A change in village management triggered a wave of anxiety in Gliniewicz, reflected in his text messages. His communications became increasingly frantic, revealing a man on the edge. The impending audit loomed large, a ticking time bomb threatening to detonate his web of lies. Each passing day brought him closer to the inevitable exposure of his misdeeds. Analysis of Gliniewicz's text messages and financial records laid bare his ongoing criminal activity. The evidence was damning, painting a clear picture of his fraudulent actions. The facade of the decorated officer began to crumble. Once seen as a hero, his reputation was now in tatters, revealing the stark contrast between his public persona and private actions. Lake County Coroner Dr. Thomas Rudd offered a glimpse into Gliniewicz's final days. His expert analysis provided a deeper understanding of the turmoil that plagued the officer. Depression, a heavy shroud, had settled upon him. The weight of his secrets and the fear of exposure became an unbearable burden. The realization of his impending exposure, the potential for legal repercussions and public humiliation, likely fueled his despair. He felt trapped, with no way out of the situation he had created. Dr. Rudd concluded that Gliniewicz's act was a suicide, not a desperate ploy to appear a slain hero. This conclusion was based on a thorough examination of the evidence and Gliniewicz's mental state. Statistics support this conclusion. Untreated depression is a significant risk factor for suicide, accounting for roughly 90% of cases. The data underscores the importance of addressing mental health issues. Gliniewicz's mental state, coupled with the imminent unraveling of his crimes, painted a tragic picture of a man consumed by his own deceit. His story serves as a stark reminder of the devastating impact of unaddressed mental health issues and the consequences of living a life built on lies. The fallout from Gliniewicz's suicide was far-reaching, affecting not just his family but the entire community. The once respected officer, who had been seen as a pillar of the community, became a symbol of hypocrisy and betrayal. The elaborate hoax he orchestrated, including the staged chase and self-inflicted wounds, left a permanent stain on the reputation of the Fox Lake Police Department, shaking the trust of the community. A department that had mourned a hero now grappled with the harsh reality of a fallen colleague who died by his own hand, not in the line of duty, causing a deep sense of betrayal among his peers. The investigation into Gliniewicz's activities continued, uncovering more layers of deceit and corruption. His wife Melody and son DJ remained shrouded in suspicion, their lives turned upside down by the scandal. Melody, who had assisted with the youth program, maintained silence through their lawyer, refusing to comment on the allegations. DJ's initial outrage at the suggestion of suicide eventually faded into silence as well, as the weight of the evidence became undeniable. Whether they were complicit in Gliniewicz's crimes or simply blindsided by his deception remained unclear, leaving the community with more questions than answers. The G.I. Joe case serves as a stark reminder that appearances can be deceiving. It exposes the fragility of heroism and the devastating consequences of unchecked corruption. Gliniewicz's suicide may have brought an end to his life, but the ripples of his actions continue to be felt within the community of Fox Lake. The memory of a fallen hero is forever tainted, replaced by the chilling truth of a man who died not for his badge, but to escape the burden of his own lies.
Thanks for tuning in. Continue to stay informed about ongoing cases and top stories with Law and Disorder. Remember to look after yourself and others.